Pop goes the Weezer. I'm sorry.
Tom, that was epic, dude. That was sick.
What can I say?
Tom, that fucking rocked, man.
Make a bigger difference for National Foster Care Month.
Did Nate Roos say that?
Yeah, for his nephew who
Who died in the war?
It's actually a very interesting point of contention because AJ was a huge fan of Make Believe when it came out, and
Can you stop spreading lies, Matt?
What is make
You
believe?
always do that. Well, gang, we ready?
Aye, Captain.
Welcome back to another episode of Tom Hates Albums.
Boy, do I.
I'm your host, AJ Tenari.
I'm Matt Glass.
And I'm Tom Murphy.
For all you first-time listeners, this is a show where Matt and I bring on our friend Tom, who has very unique music taste, and we try to go through critically acclaimed albums to find an album that he truly likes.
Yes, and we are actually at the final episode of Season 3's Tom Hates Albums.
That's right.
Technically Season 2, but it's in our Season 3, so we're just going to say Season 3.
Season 3, yeah.
As per usual, we did bring Tom another critically acclaimed album, and kind of harking back to last year at the end of the season, we actually brought back another Weezer album.
Yes, the first returning artist on this show.
It's kind of like the Tom of the albums, unfortunately, because I was the first returning guest.
That's right.
And this is their first returning album, and I'm offended.
The album that we brought Tom was Weezer's sophomore album, Pinkerton.
Yes, one of their two beloved albums, always compared to whenever they release a new one. It's one of my favorite albums of all time, and I'm very excited to talk about it. And that look on Tom's face says it all.
I'm smirking because of how excited I am to tell you how much I loved it.
Oh, wow. We don't even need predictions, guys.
10 out of 10.
S tier.
Wait a minute. My first S tier album?
No way.
Meatloaf, get in my ass. What? Wait, what? That all stays in exactly as I said it.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what I meant by get in my ass, but...
Question of the week.
Yeah, question of the week.
What did Tom mean?
After you tell us how you feel about Sleep Token, let us know what I meant by putting meatloaf in my ass.
Well, without further ado, shall I get into some history?
I would love to get into some history. So Pinkerton by Weezer was released on September 24th, 1996, and is the second studio album under the name Weezer. It was produced through DGC and was produced by Weezer themselves, as you can probably tell. Members of the band included Rivers Cuomo on vocals, guitar, keyboards, glockenspiel, clarinet, and overall production, Patrick Wilson on drums, Brian Bell on guitar and vocals, and Matt Sharp on bass and vocals. After the unparalleled success of their previous debut album, Rivers Cuomo decided that he wanted to go back to college and attend Harvard University. It was through his experiences as a student and the angst that the Blue Album left him that led to wanting to create a rock opera titled Songs from the Black Hole. The rock opera ended up not gaining any traction in production, so they just decided to make an album with a crunchier, heavier sound. The album's title comes from the name of a character from the opera Madama Butterfly, by the name of B.F. Pinkerton, who Rivers himself describes as an asshole American sailor similar to a touring rock star. This, in junction to the album's original plans to help bring out the passionate emotional dissonance displayed on each track, led to Weezer's most raw writing material for their early stages of music. Upon release, the album received quite the negative reception, saying that it was a betrayal of the original sound, especially in a time of weariness from the grunge and rough rock genre. In August of 1997, Cuomo wrote in his diaries, "This has been a tough year. It's not just that the world has said Pinkerton isn't worth a shit, but that the Blue Album wasn't either. It was a fluke. I'm a shitty songwriter." However, in later years, it's become a staple in both Weezer's music and just music history in general, with critics and fans alike now debating which of the two albums they released first is the better album.
We can ask Tom that too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yo.
To close it off, just a quote from Brian Bell in 2010. Brian Bell said, Pinkerton has definitely taken on a life of its own and became more successful and more accepted. As an artist, you just have to do what you believe in at the time, whether it's accepted or not. You just have to keep going with it. And I think that's part of the reason why this album is beloved, because it was such a different, like,
departure,
yeah. Such different tone compared to what the Blue album had to offer. They're like polar opposites in terms of their sound,
but they are both Weezer at their core.
Yeah, and I think they both kind of hold that same place of like awkwardness, which people are really attracted to as a band.
Exactly. But with all that said, you know what time it is?
It's prediction time.
I love that it plays through the loudspeakers every time.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The soundboard, I just have like my phone hooked up to an aux cable.
We ran out of budget this season.
Yeah, we just listened to it out of the phone speaker. The ideal way to listen to anything.
Hook it up to the microphone. Yeah. AJ, it's special time. Why don't you give your predictions?
What does that mean?
I'm sorry. It's special time.
Special time.
Special time,
That's
man.
a bit from something. I got to think about that.
It's special
my special time.
It's special. I swear I did say it's a special time, but like I kind of lost the A.
I'll be honest, the A doesn't make it less funny to me. I think either way,
it's a special time.
It's a special time. It's special time. It's all good to me.
Let's
baby.
take advantage of this special time. Tom, I think you hated this album. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I feel like you.
That's why. If there was more butts.
Exactly. I mean, there's sex on this album, and butts do go hand in hand with sex.
There is.
Am I right?
As we discussed last, I'm like the leading authority.
Yeah,
in
the
sex,
king of sex.
As we discussed on the last Weezer episode.
That's true. So if anyone's gonna have jurisdiction, it's Tom.
Yeah. Jurisdiction.
I was waiting for it. So yeah, I don't think you like this album because you kind of hate Weezer on principle, and I feel like whenever there was a moment where like you liked a song on Blue, you were mad at yourself that you liked a song on Blue, like in the garage. So I feel like this might be amplified on this album because I feel like there's a lot more emotional empathizing with in terms of just like relatability of like what Rivers is going through and like relationship struggles. This album is also not as cleanly produced as Blue, so it's not as much of a pleasant listen, at least to a casual listener. So that could have also played a factor, especially with your new headphones that you have bought.
That's true. Yeah, I bought.
For
those at home who don't know, I bought headphones because I was told that's the ideal way to listen.
And we'll see how that panned
I love how we were like, let's give him Pinkerton
to test those out.
To break those bad boys in.
Right after Drunk by Thundercat.
Which I didn't have headphones
exactly.
for. Would they have been better for that one? Is that what the...
Yeah, okay. Without a doubt.
There's always next season.
Exactly.
Now you have to bring me back.
Family meeting.
Family meeting.
Re-listens with headphones.
Fuck. You're going to make me do a family meet. You're going to make me re-listen to a bunch of them. No.
Content.
Get ready for American football.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
And Unknown Pleasures.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Fuck.
I don't think you like Rivers Cuomo. You're going to find him very whiny and annoying and pretentious on this album. If I had to give it a number, I'm going to say highest a 3, but I'm going to say like a 2.5.
I am in complete agreement with AJ here. I think if there was anything on the Blue album that you liked, it is gone on here. And that's mostly referring to the production. I also think like there aren't as many like fun nerdy themes with this album like the other one.
This album's sad.
There's no Kitty Pryde, there's no Ace Frehley, there's just like
no Surf Wax America
and sex and wanting to have sex but also being tired of sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff on here that like is the antithesis of what was likable to you about the Blue album. You were most concerned on the last Weezer episode with like the incel pipeline that this was going to possibly invoke in many young men in America. And I feel like that, I imagine that concern probably ramped up with this album. But
it's possible.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
God, I'm also trying to think in terms of like what songs I think you hate the most, which
There's contenders for Tom.
I feel like there's a lot of them. I'm gonna just name the track numbers. I think that you hated the opener. I think you hate track 7 a lot. I think you also hate track 3, track 8, and I think he hates track 10.
Interesting.
Although it's like the most different song on the album,
Yeah.
I feel like he found it boring, if I'm being honest.
Fair.
But yeah, if I had to give it a number rating, oh gosh. AJ, I genuinely feel like it's lower than what you said.
Yeah, you
like
think it's
I
beating American football?
I have not been very good with my predictions, but I am very willing to go home with this. I feel like genuinely it's like a 2.
Okay.
Like 2 at the highest. I mean, I'll stick to 2, but I'd be surprised if it wasn't like a 1.7. But I'm going to say 2.
And just to make this a little more exciting also, we will, at the end of the show, I do have my ranking list of every album I've had to listen to for the podcast so far. So we'll find out where it stands amongst all of the other albums.
AJ,
so that'll be exciting.
Before we get there, I just want to say it's been a very nice game of guessing.
That
this
it has.
Gentleman's Bout.
Before we ally ourselves.
I had to re-listen to some old episodes to get the list together, just because I wanted to hear what my rankings were. So it gave me a baseline, but then I would compare them to the albums in that area and be like, did I actually think as I'm thinking back on it, I think I like this one more than this one. So I had to there were definitely tweaks to old scores, and some of the newer ones got moved around. It was funny to listen to Matt not quite ever get the mark this season as far as predictions. I feel like AJ was more on it this season.
He was very on it. I feel like he studied season 1 and probably wrote down the results a lot more than I did, despite me editing every single episode. well, most of the episodes of season 1, I feel like I didn't pay attention to the curve.
But
you know what I mean?
There's always a chance to get one more point today.
It's okay. It's been a gentleman's bout of guessing, and I'm
Exactly.
happy to play the game.
At points, yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah. That's cool.
Push the viewers to the Instagram for
Exactly.
exclusive content.
You mean at Family Album Pod?
Oh, it's the Family Album Pod music. You
Always.
can follow us on at Family Album Pod for some really cool Instagram highlights and maybe some little personal anecdotes about music stuff that we're into currently.
I actually blocked the account.
Yeah, I kept clogging my feed.
Yeah, they kept posting other episodes except for mine, and
I can't handle
I
that.
unblock it one day a month. The day I know my episode's coming out,
I like
unblock
it, and I reblock them.
That's such a funny bit.
What do you mean, bit?
Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, man.
Sir.
Anyway.
In no world on this podcast have I heard of the moniker "Sir."
Anyway, I think special time is over. We need to continue.
No, I think special time is just about to begin.
Oh, yes, it is.
Well, now that predictions are out of the way, Tom, what
did you think about Pinkerton?
Broad thoughts.
That wasn't great. I'm gonna just start off by saying that I ended up having to listen to the album in 2 separate junctions, and it's very I listened to the first half of it.
Okay.
And then I got something came up and I
Yeah.
had to stop, and then I picked it up exactly where I was. And I think it shows I think it's very funny to see the first is almost always a little bit, and you could watch me
Decline.
deteriorate and be
Yeah.
oh, I don't like it. As each song progresses, and then it's literally it gets low, 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 and then it jumps up, and then it gets low again. You can watch the
Okay.
so you'll see.
Okay.
Almost everything you said was pretty accurate. God, I didn't pay too much attention to the lyrics early on.
Okay.
And I'm thankful for that, because once I clocked into them a little later, there was part of me I don't know if I'm qualified to critique this as a white man. I don't think I'm the person. You'll see
That's
when we get
true,
there.
because of
yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm on. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't feel that bad.
There we go.
Let's just go track by track the way that I
Tom's
always
classic format.
do. I feel like there is a part of me that does enjoy just dunking on them a little bit, even if it feels slightly unwarranted.
You and the rest of the world.
With that said, tired of sex, I think it's crazy to be tired of something you've clearly never experienced. That being said, the song was fine. I had no real attachment to it. I just kind of gave it a 5. It just kind of was a song. And I feel like it's important to note, as we said earlier, I am the king of sex, as we discovered on the last Weezer listen through. So I do have the authority to make that claim.
And you would never get tired of sex.
I'd never.
No. It's
I
literally
never
it's not
have.
possible. Never
Because
will.
I've never had it. I mean,
Fuck!
Cut that out. Cut that out.
cut it out. My reputation is on the line.
I'm gonna lose my sir privileges.
Yeah, sir is only reserved to men who
to
pass.
sex havers.
Matt just lost all of the respect he had for me. God damn it. They're not gonna bring me back next season.
Oh no, he doesn't like Weezer. That's
They were gonna kick me off, but then they found out I had sex at the end of last season, so they brought me back.
Ew.
But now they know the truth. Oh God! If you're still around, thank you. Number 2, Get You. Just like that he kept doing the whole time. I didn't do it right because I don't remember what it sounded
Get
like.
you.
That annoyed me so much. I don't really care for the sound of his voice. This is around when I started to realize that I just don't like this, like his vocals, like at all, like just the way he sounds. And unfortunately, it doesn't. It's like it always sounds like him. Like I don't think there's very many songs where it's like not as bad. I think there might be one.
This album.
There might be one later that it didn't bother me as much, but I think it was also the one that like I jumped back in with. So maybe I just lost any sort of fatigue I had for it.
I think there are like the only album I can really attribute to like Rivers Cuomo not really sounding like Rivers Cuomo is Maladroit.
I didn't,
especially on fucking what's it called? Fall Together.
Okay.
He sounds like Alex Turner on
see.
that, which is fucking crazy.
I don't like. I know that there are Weezer songs that I like. Like I hear him singing in some songs, and like Buddy Holly is fine. Like I got no
it's a
problem
great
with that song.
It's a banger.
They did a cover of a song from Frozen 2,
Lost in the Woods.
Lost in the Woods, and I really like the bass version of that song, and I think their version of it's also really good.
You should listen to the Teal album.
Yeah, it's all covers that they did.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. They did Africa and Take On Me.
The music video for Africa has Weird Al Yankovic.
I feel like I knew that.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know why I knew that.
We probably.
Honestly, I might have heard some of those. Like I don't.
Africa got like a lot of airplay. When
Oh,
it came
yeah,
out.
I might have heard some of these.
Also,
already.
I would like to say to the audience, one of the biggest things that may point to Tom hating Weezer a lot is the fact that he lived with both me and special guest of the podcast, Fatty Corngore, who loves Weezer.
So
his
there
Cool
might be
Whip
some-
hoodie, right?
Cool Whip hoodie?
I don't know. He has the Weezer hoodie.
Oh, yeah,
it's like
it
Cool
looks,
Whip.
It looks like a. It looks like a.
It's
Cool
written
Whip.
Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I did get that for him.
Oh,
Anyway,
did you?
yes.
Now that Fatiday's special time is over, let's get back to
To my special time.
Let's get back to my special time. This is my show. You can talk about other guests on your other shows.
But according to Tom, there's no other one.
There's no other special guests. The rest of them are just guests. I'm the only special one. No other one. Headphones made that opening like every time they did the like screeching sound of the guitar. I don't know. I assume it was a guitar.
Yeah.
The headphones were not pleasant for that because they were like. But also, I imagine earbuds would also suck for that.
How
just
loud
'cause-
were you listening by chance?
Not like all the way up,
Yeah.
but enough. I don't
Okay.
know. I want because I feel like if I lowered it, I would miss stuff.
Gotcha.
So, like I didn't have them blasting in my ear or anything, but I didn't love that.
Gotcha.
The like
Just wanted to
screechy
know.
sounds.
Yeah.
Did you like the scream or
Woo!
What scream? I don't even remember
The one
a
that
scream.
that just happened.
at the
Oh,
beginning?
that?
Also?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a scream at the beginning of that song?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's when the guitars are like climbing up. And,
Uh-huh. With all the distortion.
I don't remember that. I mean, I believe it was there. I might have been writing typing my notes, and just like it didn't register as a scream. I just kind of heard it as music.
Hmm.
Well, that's what it sounded like, in case you're curious.
Good to know.
There you go.
Get You, I gave like a 5 out of 10 again. I feel like I was being a little generous in the beginning here for I'm giving them scores based on like if I had listened to them alone,
hmm
and then the overall ranking is everything together.
I see. Okay.
So
I see.
expect that to be lower. So for no other one, my note was headphones made that opening incredibly upsetting in my ears. I hate the screeching sounds, just like right in my ear. Not a fan. And I gave that one a 4 out of 10. Why bother? Why bother with this song? 4 out of 10. His vocals are too whiny for me. I don't know. Yeah, you pretty much hit all the points.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of heard all the things I complained about in the previous one. It's
Now we
pretty
can
easy
apply
to be
it
like,
here and
oh,
make it
all the
worse."
things he didn't like
Yeah.
are turned up in this one. Across the Sea
Here we go.
was a bit long and still kind of whiny. So it also was like a 4. Maybe I would have. How did I do? -4? No,
A -4.
It's not a -4. I think I just added like a dash, because every time I write the title of the song dash
yeah.
and my comment, I think it just for this one I added a dash before the score.
This album started off at 100 points, and then he kept subtracting for every fucking thing he found wrong.
-4 points.
That's an interesting way to do it. If they like add up,
I'm giving it.
just like no, I don't hate that though. The problem is there's no way to account for like if an album has like a shit ton of songs. It should probably be higher than 100. But then it's like, but then it has a larger pool of points to work with. So is that unfair? Like, I don't know how it'd be.
That's a good point.
So instead, I go by vibes.
Yes.
The most fair way to do it. As a scientist, I've heard vibes are the best. Yeah, I didn't really have much to say about Across the Sea. It was
Did
kind
any
of there.
lyrics stand out for you in this one?
I don't think so. I didn't really hear a lot of them. This was the last song that I had listened to before I got like distracted. And when I was listening to them, I was not talking to the mic. When I was listening to them, I was in like a board game shop that I hang out in a lot, and
they're, why the fuck are you listening to Pinkerton?
I was hanging out with like one of the store owners, and then people came in, so he had to go like make them coffees and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I was like, oh, I've got time. I'll listen to the album. So I had my headphones with me. I specifically brought them in case.
Nice.
I put them on, and I listened to around that point, and then other stuff came up. So I might have been a little more distracted by the environment.
Gotcha.
So that's maybe why I missed some lyrics.
Okay, we'll get to that one then ourselves.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is there some weird shit in that one?
There's an infamous lyric on that song in particular.
I feel like I remember and just not noting it down. Like I just like in my brain, I feel like it's there, but I have no specific memory of it.
Well, we'll let you know when we get there.
I can't wait because there are some later on that like genuinely I was like, I don't know if this is okay. I'm like, I'm not the authority to speak on it, but also I feel like someone's got to say it, you know? The Good Life was where I jumped back in. So I was, at this point, I'm back at my apartment in my room alone, sitting at a table with my phone in front of me, headphones on, and I'm like literally just listening. I'm reading lyrics.
Hey.
I'm trying to take notes.
Tom, we appreciate that.
Very
and
much
because this was the jump back in, any fatigue had been gone.
Cool.
So I definitely thought this was the best, like so far.
Yeah.
The vocals did not bother me nearly as much.
That's valid.
But definitely didn't love it by any means. Like I didn't think it was like. At no point was I like, I gotta get back to this song. Like once this is over, we're replaying. I've never heard someone sound less cool while saying "shaking booty, making sweet love all night."
Infamously the coolest thing you could ever say in your life.
Yeah.
No, but there are people who could say it and make it cool. But this is
like Tom, King of Sex.
Yeah, like me. If I said that, because everyone was like, wow, that sounded really cool. So they're like not getting it because they heard me say it. So like go listen to the song so you can hear how uncool it sounds as opposed to me.
Besides you, can you name 2 people who can say it and make it sound cool?
Prince.
Prince
Okay,
Prince could say anything cool. I mean, how many rap songs say things about shaking booty in it? And they all sound relatively cool.
Exhibit.
I don't know. The problem is I don't know musicians well enough to be. Prince could though.
That's a good point.
Prince is a good poll.
I wasn't limiting it to just musicians. I was just saying like any.
I feel like
people.
Freddie Mercury could.
Yeah. He's got that aura.
Yeah. Apparently, it's mostly queer men. that's who can say shake booty and make it sound cool.
I guess it's
David Bowie, probably.
Absolutely David Bowie.
Let's dance.
Shaking booty.
I feel like I almost said Weird Al. I was like, no, that'd just be funny.
My favorite
That wouldn't
queer
be
man.
cool. That'd be
According
funny.
to Eminem, my favorite queer man.
He's the other definition of queer.
Exactly.
The old
Yes,
definition.
exactly.
When it meant weird.
Yeah.
Queer Al Yankovic.
Queer.
I think he'd be supportive of it.
I think he would
probably,
too.
yeah.
He's a cool guy.
I mean, I feel like that's like most of his audience not to be that way.
And me.
No, there's some straight guys too, you know?
Amen.
And all-encompassing queerness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's our band
A
name.
nice AEQ, you know?
Listen out for my album, guys.
All-encompassing queer.
On Tom Makes albums.
God, that's gonna be garbage. I can't wait. Here's the problem: is I immediately it's gonna be thrown back in my face. Like, hey, you can't write any better lyrics than anything you've critiqued because all the music will be good because I don't play a hand in that. It's all the like words and shit are gonna be insane.
Well, we'll see when we get to that point.
Anyway, El Scorcho is where this album began to really crash and burn for me.
I called it.
Yep.
God damn you half Japanese girls do it to me every time is crazy. That's fetishization, right? Like am I allowed to call that out?
I would say
Or-
so.
Yeah.
He does have a thing for
If
Japanese
someone,
girls.
yeah, I feel like I remember hearing that was a thing, which made me more confident to
Mhm.
say it. Jesus Christ with this shit. Who doesn't love some fetishization?
This
Then-
was the lead single, by the way, for this album.
Oh God, was it?
Yes.
According to Spotify, I mentioned in the next song, "Pink Triangle" is the one that had the most listens off this
really?
album.
Interesting.
At least it was in the like popular like that
Yeah.
top 10 list.
Okay.
It's number
Except
8.
for technically, there's a song off the like deluxe version
okay.
of
I
this
just
album
threw
that
out
was
the love
above
of my
it.
dreams, which is
Yeah,
another
that
one
one
that I
is
really
also
like.
there, but I didn't count that because I didn't listen
Yeah.
to the deluxe version. I thought once I noticed it, I was like, should I? But it was yesterday night, and I was like, no.
I'm done with this.
I was like, I could text them, but it's late, and I still need to put together the big list, the master list. Anyway, back to El Scorcho. I know my critiques of previous songs are being written from the perspective of like when I was having problems with like the previous album. It was
Yeah.
like from the perspective of a character.
Uh-huh.
I don't get the feeling this
No.
song is from the perspective of a character.
You are 100% correct, Tom.
At around 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they started to utilize the channels, and I hated that. I've listened to songs that use the channels, and
Yeah.
it's been good.
Uh-huh.
And I don't remember what it was. I hate it. Oh, it was the plucking sound that they made. This song isn't even good. I gave that one a 3 out of 10, which I think is generous.
You said that's Pink Triangle?
No, that's El
El
Scorcho.
Scorcho.
Oh,
No,
gotcha.
I jumped to Pink Triangle because I remembered that was the like it's in their like
the top 10.
most
I see.
popular.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, but we're at Pink Triangle now.
That we are.
I see.
Most streamed song off the non-deluxe version of the album. I'm dumb. She was a lesbian, and then they say it weird so they can rhyme it with. I thought she was
found
the
the
one.
one.
It's an insane rhyme. That's wild.
We call those slant rhymes, guys.
Oh,
God, I'm
man.
gonna make the whole album that I write
All
only
slant
slant
rhymes.
rhymes.
Oh my God.
only slant rhymes.
It's just gonna be all of fucking Justin Timberlake. It's gonna be May. Like,
I wrote,
What is it?
These dipshits can't keep getting away with these lyrics. Jesus, as I typed this, he just said, everyone's a little queer. Can't she be a little straight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 out of 10, I guess. And that, again, I think I was
A
being
little
generous. Falling for You, the singing voice gets so old. So it was really dragging on me at this point. These songs have way too much guitar ? Screeching sounds for me.
There's a lot of
There's
distortion on
of,
this
like,
album.
screechy
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it fucking rakes my brain. And that's exactly how I wrote it. 4 out of 10, which again, I feel like because I know what my final score is, and I feel like these are all high for it because I do stand by the like
Mhm.
overarching score. But I guess that's kind of ranking the album as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, because I bet if I took any of these songs out of the context of having listened to all of them, I'd like them more because there isn't like the repetitive like
Sound.
yeah, it doesn't eventually start to drag as much, except for fucking El Scorcho. Butterfly, smell you on my hand for days is insane. That's a thing he says.
Uh-huh.
And I assume I know what he means. Right? That's got to be like a sex thing, right?
I thought it was just them holding hands.
Yeah, like
Or
more like him like being obsessed with like her scent as opposed to like
Yeah.
like a sexual
Oh,
thing.
I got like
yeah.
I just fingered someone and I smell like them. That's where my brain went.
But Tom, he's never had sex before. He couldn't be
He's
he couldn't do
tired of
that.
it.
He's
actually.
clearly tired of it. I don't know. Maybe I guess I'm wrong for that one, but that is exactly.
Maybe your mind's in the gutter.
I literally wrote is
Yeah.
nasty.
How
assuming
dare
it
your
means-
mind be in the
what I
gutter for
assume
fucking
it is.
Pinkerton by
By
Weezer? Anyway, I completely cut you off there. What did you say?
I literally wrote smell you on my hand for days is nasty, assuming it means what I assume it does, which I guess I was wrong. But maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm the most right.
I don't know about that.
Someone described me as the most right. Take that however you want.
Who was that?
Is that a
Politics.
request?
No, it was a joke
Okay.
about
Oh, okay.
American politics.
This
This song actually feels like it could have been like pretty nice. I feel like Butterfly could have been good, but every once in a while they say things that wouldn't even be that bad. It's just like the way that they particularly are saying them is just wrong to me. And I gave that one a 4 out of 10. I did appreciate how short this album was.
Yeah, it goes by pretty fast.
is pretty brisk.
Especially because of a surprise that we'll be revealing later.
Whoa. Oh, boy.
Oh, you're going to be mad at me.
Don't worry, AJ. We all know things that you don't.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Do I do my final thoughts and then you guys talk,
No,
or
no,
do you
no,
want to
we-
go
we-
through?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
go, then we all do final thoughts.
I'm not going to lie.
2 seasons in.
I don't. You think I listen to
Yeah,
this
dude,
shit?
I
No, just
always
kidding.
forget to do history predictions first.
Actually, that's the problem. I
Yeah.
mostly listen to my own episodes, and I have to contend with. Every once in a while, I'm like, "Am I a narcissist? If I like skip some of the other episodes?" I try to go back and listen to some of them every once in a while, but I like always make it a point to listen to mine.
Hey, it's good to be prideful in your work. You
I'm
know?
like, I got to get my numbers up. If I have lower numbers than Ben, I got to kill myself. So I got to,
That's the
Damn.
pact you've made.
if I have lower numbers than Ben, it will be my end.
I guess the good. I guess
Slight rhyme.
There
the
we go.
goal would be to have the podcast, specifically Tom Hates Albums, have more listeners than all of Obsolescence.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty low bar. You know what I mean?
Jesus
No,
Christ.
I am not. The problem is I can't say that because the rest of the band is so talented. It's just the one guy.
Hey, Ben. Shout out friend of the podcast, Ben Masholi. We know you're listening.
And while we're at it, Evan, you're doing
course.
great, buddy. Their
Yeah,
episode's coming
yeah,
up,
check out
right?
their
Or was
episode
it the
from last
previous
week,
episode?
yeah.
It was a previous
that we just
episode,
released, yeah.
I bet Evan was really good.
Ben, you were really good too, at least from our perspective.
It was a fun
I'm
episode.
sure he
Yeah.
said mean things about me.
So actually, we have a special guest. Ben Masholi is back on to say some words to Tom before we hop into our episode.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of slander, and I want to set the record straight about Tom. He's not who he says he is. Have you guys heard what he sounds like? Obviously, if you're listening to this podcast, but you guys have never actually seen Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe through pictures, but it's
It's different than the real thing.
well, it's AI generated. He doesn't look
Ben,
like that.
Ben, you don't say that.
Okay, but like I'm setting the record straight because he's talked so much shit on me that it's time that I need to bring this up. He is
Ben, you can't say that, dude. You're gonna blow our whole spot, man.
okay. Well, when you look like Tom the way you do in real life, and you have to do that, I think people have the right to know.
Well, the secret comes out, family heads. Tom has never been real.
He's not real.
No.
He's AI generated.
Yes, I think a couple episodes ago we mentioned that Tom is the scapegoat, the mouthpiece I use to express my actual opinions on music. That wasn't a bit. That was real.
Yeah,
I do hate American football.
Yeah, well, I mean, understandably so. But this Tom
Yeah, it sucks.
persona that you've created, it's like he's not real.
So we hooked a voice box up to a chat room AI
Mhm.
Yeah.
that we had study Reddit r/gooning r/incel and r/am I the asshole racist edition.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
He fits the bill.
pretty much
You
that's
know?
where a lot of the opinions come from because it just scanned all those comments.
Yeah,
Yeah. It makes sense that his music taste too, like you created it to be like
the
as,
worst.
as
Yeah.
if he like as a kid.
Okay,
you
we
know?
have to cut that
Okay.
And by I'm sure, I mean I know exactly what he said because we record these
And
the
it
day
was
before they go
published.
out.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Exactly. Oh man.
You fucker.
You son of a! I can't believe you said that about my
Hernia.
dog hernia.
My dog's
My
hernia.
dog hernia.
Yeah,
Oh man.
he's having a rough time.
Speaking of rough times, Rivers
Get it?
Cuomo had a
But, like-
really rough time running Pinkerton. Matt, what did you think about this
No,
album?
but like rough like a dog, like barking. Okay, what were you gonna say, Matt?
I don't even know. Oh man.
God.
I was gonna
This
say,
album left him speechless.
yeah, this album left me speechless. I'm just gonna listen. I'll be very upfront. This is probably my favorite Weezer album
Mhm,
of all
mhm.
time. The Blue Album was. I listened to all the Weezer albums in chronological order, and this was the album where like Weezer clicked for me. So
Yeah.
I'm very enthralled by a lot of the tracks on here. I'm just gonna say something I like about each one. I'll try to be brief though, because there is like, in terms of my favorites, there definitely are like some ones that I definitely like more than others.
Mhm.
But I'll just go down the line as well. Tired of Sex is a very fun opener. He just like
Amen, brother.
Aren't we all?
I tried to write notes for all these, but a lot of these I could just kind of rattle off the dome. I only did for the first 3, just for timing. I love like the overly like crass imagery from the get-go.
Yeah.
It really just shows you exactly what you're gonna get into. The synth absolutely sounding both like hideous and out of place, but also like working
Perfect.
somehow.
Yeah.
With just fucking doubling down on
Yeah.
the crunchy ass
And tonal
production.
dissonance.
The vocals sounding so frustrated and immature, I feel like adds to this really gross feeling that this album makes, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
And like the guitar solo and the synth, like there's a moment where like the guitar and the
Yeah.
synth are kind of like playing off each
Intertwine.
other, and it goes so fucking hard, man.
It's awesome.
I love it. Get You was a song that I originally did not like very often, but I actually love this song now.
It's catchy as hell.
It's catchy as hell. I love how like grim and ominous it is in like some parts. I also think like this is kind of a moment where he's sort of playing a character a little bit.
Yeah, because this was a leftover from Songs from the Black Hole.
Yes, and this was also kind of about like how he's not the most favorable person in like a one-sided relationship. Like specifically with the imagery of like sometimes I push too hard, sometimes you fall and skin your knee, and then like that whole phrase where it's like something. What is it after that? It's dun 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 do. And all that I've done to you, dun 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 dun, dun whoa whoa whoa.
Get you.
I forget what that whole phrase is, but it works really really well. I love the fucking imagery of like almost like. It almost feels like the way he describes it in that moment is like this real relationship that he is just not being a good person in. Almost like child like follies like on like a playground or something, like fall skin your knee. Like it's just like crazy. They're in fucking college, man. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Melly Martinez. Like fuck you, man.
You can never.
How dare you not be as good as this album?
For
anyway.
real.
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I haven't said my ranking yet. Could you imagine?
The second 0 out of 10 album.
-1.
Kind of like painting this in a more juvenile light makes this song really cool. And I also love the fact that this chorus, it just gets stuck in my head all the time and I never get tired of it. The synth on here is also pretty cool, and the guitars.
Yeah.
I love the cutoffs they do. The get you, get you, get you.
Yeah, they're
That
so
shit-
good.
Shit goes so hard.
Yeah.
Next track, No Other One. This is like one of my favorite Weezer songs of all time.
Yeah.
I even love just like the climbing guitars and him just going like, how? And then just launching right into it. Like that shit hits so hard. I have very fond memories of this song, mostly because one, it's just a good song, but then also I saw him do this live on an acoustic guitar, and he did it in like this really like laid back and kind of intimate way, which really kind of made me appreciate the lyrics of this.
Oh, yeah.
Because he also told the story of how he was dating a girl who had like a bunch of tattoos and like 2 pet snakes and stuff. And it was kind of cool to like see him like talk about like the origins of what went into this song. And it really made me appreciate it more.
Even back then, he was into goth girls before it was cool.
He was a trendsetter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The guitar riff is one of my favorite Weezer ones of all time. And I love how he starts like singing along with it toward the end half of the song. It's so like, it's such a wild, this whole album has melodies that I'm like, how the hell did you come up with this?
Yep.
Melody Martina. I'm sorry. I don't know why my brain works this way. I shouldn't have interrupted.
It really caught me off guard.
Every once in a while, I'm like, I didn't need to say that one. My bad.
Tom, there's no other one like you. I could say that
Exactly.
much.
Oh, God. I also Googled the lyrics to Across the Sea.
There we go.
We'll get
Yep.
I want to say
gonna do a
it's literally
Yeah.
the first couple
right.
lines are upsetting.
All right, we'll come back.
Sorry, I apologize.
Once we-
Continue where you were from.
Once we get to Across the Sea, you can go back to some more of your thoughts if you'd like.
Yeah.
I think we can discuss it as a group, you know?
I do like No Other One though. Very much like one of my favorite Weezer songs of all time. I would say probably like top 3 from this album. It's just a really fun listen for me personally. Then we get to an absolute fucking banger of a track called
Yeah.
Why Bother, which is super like, it's so tough with this one because this one's is like pretty misogynistic in like some of its lyrics. But my God, the drums on this are insane.
I know.
Like just like Pat Wilson, he needs to really be looked at more as a drummer because holy shit, like he's a powerhouse.
Mhm.
There's some drum fucking, I don't even know, patterns. That's the word.
Yeah.
There's some drum patterns he fucking does where I'm like, how in God's name did you do that?
Like it's impressive for like Weezer standards. Like, you wouldn't
Exactly.
expect like that shit.
No,
but it's
for real.
cool. It's really good.
They're fucking versatile as a band. And this
Yeah.
is before like Scott Schreiner,
Mhm.
which I would say, no offense to Scott Schreiner, I kind of like Matt Sharp's bass work a little bit more than
Yeah.
Scott Schreiner's, mostly because just he was part of the 2 most iconic albums of all time.
Mhm.
You know, that's it. Don't worry.
Only reason.
Only reason.
It means nothing to me. So
I love Why Bother. The chorus is so good. I love the harmonies on like the "This happened to me twice before," and like
yeah, I remember that.
it's one it's one
my
of those
favorite.
like harmony things where I'm like I said it for the Blue album, like where did he come up with just like this weird
Yeah.
like 2 harmony lines that you wouldn't think would work but then somehow do. One of the best guitar solos on this album, I would argue, is on here.
I would agree. It's sick as hell.
There's a great performance of them doing this in Japan where Brian Bell sings lead.
Oh fuck yeah.
And it's epic.
nice.
Oh my god. I would argue it's almost like better than the studio version
Gotcha.
because he just adds this like such like I don't even know like Playboy fucking like
Like energy
to
douchebag.
it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect Playboy and Weezer to mix, would
No,
you?
I don't.
At least not in the way where any of them are Playboys,
Yeah.
but that they're reading them.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, absolutely.
Fellas.
I tell you,
tell ya.
they don't read.
I tell ya.
I promise you, they ain't reading.
Why Bother was one of my favorite was my favorite track on here, but it's changed so many times. But I'll keep going. Across the Sea. Would you like to cut through and talk about it as a group, AJ?
I would love to. This is one of my favorite songs on the whole album.
I'm
and I
sorry
see
to hear
why.
that.
Yeah, I fucking love it. Warts and all, I fucking love this song. Are the lyrics whack? Some of them,
Yes, some
absolutely.
of them definitely are.
Especially this opener and the way the Rivers delivers it.
I would say in the grand scheme of things, it's not one that like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this for Across the Sea. Like I
Yeah.
just kind of let it play as the album plays out. And I think it's on like the lower half of my list. Not saying it's bad, only saying like just I feel like there's other stuff on there that I gravitate towards more.
hmm
But I think he tried. You know what I mean? Like
You gotta live on an island to find the juice. That's just a line that was funny to me. It's not the one that's upsetting.
Is it, I wonder how you decorate your room, that one?
Oh God, no, I didn't even see that one.
There we go.
Just 18-year-old girl who live in a small city in
yeah.
Japan, and then later, and like 2 lines later, no, literally the next lines heard me on the radio a year ago. So not 18 anymore. A year ago. We're going underage
well,
there.
she did meet her when she was 18, though, so...
Yeah, but he
It's-
liked
I know,
that. But he
it's-
liked
yeah.
that she was thinking about him beforehand.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's more so he's just
I don't
giving
know.
context to... So this whole song is
don't
about a
know.
letter that he received from a fan. So he's basically summarizing what that letter was about, and then he was so down bad, he just, like, fantasized about her, and, like...
And they met.
No, they
Is
didn't
that the
met.
idea
She
that
actually
he-
sued him.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Good.
she was not happy that how the song was written, obviously.
what a fuck! If she wants to come on the podcast, she's got an open invite.
I believe that's the story. If not, I could fix it in the description.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I believe there was a lawsuit from the fan and with Weezer. I don't know if the exact
That's
reason.
fucking awesome.
I didn't know it was for this song.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was a different song.
I think it was this one,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
but I love it. Like
it's great.
it shows like the most. It's probably like Rivers like one of his most just emotionally like vulnerable and desperate.
I think one thing I can say about this song, and maybe El Scorcho and Tired of Sex,
Yeah.
is like I feel like he does a good job painting himself as like a great person.
Yeah.
And kind of illustrating the fact that he's also like a person who like makes mistakes
Yeah.
and does not think like the purest of thoughts ever. I mean, you see that on the Blue album, obviously,
Mhm.
but it's less like even though there probably is more of a theatrical nature to this due to the fact that it was about to be a rock opera.
Mhm.
This album, I feel like there's like this weird realness to it where it's like the crunchiest of
Yeah.
fucking.
It's literally like you're exploring a man's psyche and like
Yeah.
seeing like just all of his imperfections and like desires just like laid out there.
It's like if Weezer was just like, piss up a rope. We can just kind of,
Piss out an album instead.
But
But this podcast.
this one is not one I go to very often, but like I'd never skip it. I love the melody.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the ones where it utilizes a little bit of glockenspiel, which I
Yeah.
really, really love. I love just the weird, like, really, like, jazz band outskirt kind of vibe that this has.
Yeah.
Like, just like a college band. Fucking clarinet. Like,
I know,
what
right?
the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
it's so interesting. It's interesting that, like, being at college kind of put him in this headspace to kind of make, like, a very college adjacent album.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow
he was
more
in college when he did this?
Yeah, he went back to
pretty
school.
much, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Never
Mhm.
mind. I was like, oh, college age? I can be a little more forgiving.
Well, he was like 25, 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, because he went back.
I would say, I don't know. I want to say I could be more forgiving for that because he's young, but also I'm younger than that and I have problems with it. So it's hard to,
That's a good point.
I mean,
their
I don't
own.
care that much,
Yeah.
but
Teach their own.
he got sued. He got his,
Yeah.
he got
His comeuppance,
He got
yeah.
his comeuppance,
I do like that. That is just a general thing I like about this album. It's just like it feels like you're kind of just watching or almost listening to just like this
A local college band.
local, honestly, just a kid who's in a fucking college like academic band, just being like, let me just take some stuff I take from that and put
Yeah.
it in this. And
Thanks
also,
for coming to
I'm
my
horny.
open mic, guys.
Hey guys,
I'm having PTSD to college.
that's great. P stands for Pinkerton.
That
Anyway,
does.
after Across the
Pinkerton,
Sea,
Tom,
Pinkerton.
super
Says-
doesn't.
There we go.
Fucking, I did it.
Uh,
We did it.
next track is one track that I love so much, "The Good Life."
Banger.
Honestly, God, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
you
to
like
give
this
like a
one.
little bit of a ranking of all these songs at the end. This is one of the first Weezer songs that like I just so heavily gravitated towards.
Yeah.
Because I love how like I love everything about it, from just how fucking in your face it is and how fucking like pungent it is.
Mhm.
Punchy. I was gonna say punchy, but I think this whole album is pungent. You know what I mean?
I got you.
In like a good way.
Yeah.
Pungent. It's because he keeps talking about how he can smell things deeply.
I love this track. I love how it's just him like satirizing himself and being like, I'm such a fucking like underling of a person, but I want sugar in my teeth. Fuck sakes, damn it.
Yeah. I'm a
Like,
rock star, damn it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just a fun like kind of attitude, especially like at the end of this album,
Yeah.
or at least toward the
Back
end.
half.
I also love the slowdown that this song has, like surf wax.
Yeah.
Like especially as it like really kind of goes back to the glockenspiel shit, and it's I don't know, like it's one that I've appreciated for a very long time. I also just love the chorus, the fucking like shaking booty, making
Making
sweet
sweet love all the night. I want to get back to the good life.
She glock on my end till I spiel. You know what I mean?
She glocked in my spiel.
And I freaked it.
The way that Matt said that and looked deep into my eyes, I had no other reaction. That was beautiful.
Thank you. I like to share these tender moments with you. Oh man, El Scorcho.
Ay caramba.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This was a Weezer song that I used to actually really dislike, but has recently grown on me because
damn it.
just the.
Every time.
Can't win, Tom.
Every
You can't-
time.
This predates Tom Hates albums, but
I figured. I figured.
no, like this whole curve happened like before the podcast. I'm pretty
Just
sure.
growth.
Yeah, no, I think like there are very much like lyrics in the fucking like half Japanese girls, like
Yeah.
that part.
It's the fact that you know that's what it sounds like. You do the voice. You know it's
But
what it
it's
sounds
accurate,
like.
yeah.
And there was a part where I was just always like, what the fuck am I listening
Yeah.
to? But then like the lyrics, or not the lyrics, the melody of it just is so fucking catchy. And I think what I love about this is like the guitars are so fucking funky on this one.
In like both meanings too. Like it's not a traditional like melody you would hear.
No.
It's very strange. And
Yes.
making that the lead single was a bold fucking choice. Probably a big reason it was not popular upon release.
But I also feel like it sort of encapsulates the whole album
yes,
somehow.
100%.
Which is like the weirdest thing about it.
Yeah, it's like kind of ugly, but you love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's pretty much this entire album.
Exactly.
This was the song I liked the most. So to be fair,
What?
it being right.
No, this is
are
El
we-
Score Show.
Oh fuck! Never mind. Never mind. I take it back. I thought we were one song behind. I forgot we moved forward.
Oh, yeah, El
No, this
Scorcho.
might be the song I like the least, actually.
And I
take
get
it back.
It took me a little bit to really find the appreciation for it, especially since between like his delivery, the random shit that like his bandmates are like saying,
All the
in beginning.
falsettos, yeah.
But I do like it though. I feel like it definitely has grown on me, and I love the chorus. Just once everything comes in, especially with the drums, it's
Yeah.
like they sound so heavy.
Boom, boom.
Oh man, it's fucking cool, dude. Next track.
Pink Triangle.
I like this song. My work plays it a lot.
Really? Interesting. Apparently the song got like really popular on TikTok.
Yes.
Within the queer community.
Yes.
Interesting. I mean, hey, good for them. Take
I
it
don't
back.
have a TikTok, so I wouldn't know. One of my other strange real world.
I don't have one
things.
either.
Fuck.
I got rid
yeah.
of mine.
Wow.
permanently.
Look at us.
Wow.
I had to.
Ahead of the curve.
And that's why we're better than you, listener. No,
Because we like Pinkerton.
whoa.
We have,
Now we.
Don't speak for me.
yeah, we,
Two out of three ain't bad.
all,
Okay,
of us, all of us are out of touch with trends, and we like Weezer.
Yeah.
We're fucking better than you.
I touch a lot of trends. Thank you very much. Move on
man.
quickly before people can think about that for too long.
I think Pink Triangle, like, it has one of the most iconic melodies because it's just a funny situation that he's like painting here.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's happened to people.
Yeah, it's
you know what I
relatable.
mean? It's very
100%,
relatable.
yeah.
But it's just the fucking way he just
Yeah,
sounds so
just
sad
so
and pathetic.
brash, yeah.
It's so funny. Let me know the truth. Let me know the truth.
I'm dumb. She's a lesbian.
Lesbian.
Let's be on. She is the wand.
Thought I found the wand.
The wand.
The wand.
El Scorcho?
Ay, caramba.
I think we did a racism, guys. I think that was.
potential. I didn't.
It's okay. It's okay. It's my calling card. As we've discussed.
That's the racist.
It's
friend,
my
of course.
calling card. I don't know why that just got me.
Batman.
Yeah, no, this one also grew on me because I did not really care for it, but I do like the melody now.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a funny concept because it's very relatable, especially like in your college
Oh,
days,
yeah.
I feel like.
Uh-huh.
So there's that. And the fact that it kind of trended to like get reclaimed by the queer
Yeah,
community.
that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to a song that I fucking love so much.
Agreed.
Possibly like my favorite Weezer melody ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the fucking I'm shaking at your touch. I like you way too much. And the way the chord choices on this song are fucking wild.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the most like unintuitive yet like it works out so well kind of melodies and chord progressions. It's called Falling for You, by the way. I'm sure we went through the track list earlier, but
For clarification.
for clarification.
Yeah, I forgot already, so I'm happy you said that.
Yeah, no, this track is fucking awesome. It's one of the ones that I also just probably one of my favorite Weezer songs of all time. I think where this album is crunchy, especially in its like lyricism and stuff and like its production and potentially its vocals, as you kind of said, I think that this album has some really sincere love songs,
Yeah.
which no other one in Falling for You, for some reason, they just resonate so deeply with me. Especially like just the fucking I'd give up anything to get the hell out of life.
Yeah.
Like something about that, like when you like somebody, it's like sometimes it kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like this song is like the perfect embodiment of just like working up the courage to ask out someone.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you just relate to that. It's like, yeah, that's real. I
No,
get that.
for real.
Yeah.
Like whether you're
Not
in
me.
college or not. Not Tom.
I
ever.
got
King of
nothing.
sex. Yeah.
I got nothing but courage. The ladies come to me.
They're falling for you.
Yes.
What can I say? It's because I'm so short.
And they're shaking at
yeah,
his
it's 'cause
touch.
They're tripping over me.
Also some really good guitar on here that I very much appreciate. I think this one is one of the crunchiest ones, but like I don't care. I think the lyrics and the melody really shine through in my opinion. And it's just an overall good time. Last track, Butterfly. I love this song. This song is just a great way to end the
Oh,
album.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Especially with just the imagery of like catching and releasing the butterflies. Like some shit, that shit like also really just like resonates so deeply with me for some reason. It's one of those songs where it's like I love it so much, but like, and it is in one of my playlists for especially like my Weezer playlist, but I can't listen to it all the time because it's really sad.
It is really sad.
And when you really listen to lyrics, it does fucking cut deep.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how it's like the calmest one of the album because it feels like you really got to like a point.
Yeah.
And when you listen to the extended version, which I have some other tracks from like the deluxe version that I'd like to shout out at maybe toward the end. When you listen to it, it is like
I might have just figured out what the surprise was. Never mind. Keep going.
Could be anything.
it could be. Speaking of Pink, but anyway, the thing is though,
Nostalgic, aren't we?
Boy.
So
Okay.
speaking of, we'll get there. Anyway,
listeners at home.
Keep talking,
The
Matt.
fucking panic.
God.
I love it so
He doesn't
much.
even know how many people know already. All of your loved ones surrounding you.
I told. Anyway, Butterfly is
Christ.
great.
Yeah, Butterfly. It's awesome.
Butterfly is
He still
fantastic.
wants to do the whole
And
review
I
himself.
love it. I love it.
For the listener at home,
Oh man.
AJ is being tormented by us. If you haven't picked up on it,
But
Aren't I
AJ,
always?
but AJ, what do you think of Pinkerton?
Oh boy. Let me compose myself real quick so I can get back into the mindset before I have to get angry.
this is a great show. I'm so happy to be here, guys.
Everyone loves Tom Hates albums.
It's been a good final season.
AJ
everyone.
hates Tom Hates albums.
No, you just hate Tom.
Tired of sex. Yeah, it's a great opener. One might say.
I feel like we should do the bit for the end now so that he can.
No, it's fine. It's a surprise. We'll save the surprise. You know,
I
yeah,
agree.
we love it.
You're right. I agree. A surprise. Let's wait.
Yeah, so Tired of Sex is actually a really good opener. Definitely sets the tone for the whole album going forward. I love the moment when the chorus explodes with Rivers screaming and the drums just coming in hard as fuck. Brian Bell has a sick fucking crunchy guitar solo. It also just immediately shows off the emotional vulnerability that's on this whole album, as we see like Rivers' disillusionment with sex, as well as his regret for his past behaviors, like abusing his power over fans. I think it's like a really just interesting, again, dissection of like this celebrity's dealing with fame and like how he doesn't like how it's affected him, but how he also kind of misses it, but kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like a really cool cycle. Yeah, Choose a lot of fun. Like you, I also didn't like this upon like first listen, but it's been a playlist ad like for a while. It almost kind of feels like a false ending to the last track where like you're given like a moment to breathe before it like hits you with like a jump scare, hopping right back into it, which is dope. I love how like almost shoegazy the guitars are, just how gritty and distorted they sound. The choruses are super simple and catchy, but they carry so much weight, and you just really hear the desperation in Rivers' voice. And the guitar solo just fucking wails.
Oh, so
I love it. No other one I would agree is a favorite on this album. I love how it's like a nice kind of softer direction from the past two, and it's also just a really interesting dissection of just like a toxic relationship and like just the thesis statement of I would rather stay in a shitty situation than be alone.
For the listener at home, in the middle of that, Matt hit the Riz face, and I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I just felt like you at home needed to know that, and I apologize for interrupting you.
Oh no, go ahead, Tom.
I just thought it'd be more fun to draw this out further. So get back to what you were saying.
Thank you. I appreciate
No
that.
problem.
Yeah, I really like No Other One. It's great song.
It was great hearing it live, let me tell you.
I can imagine. I really like the use of channels specifically on this track. It's very cool, and I love how they play with space. I like how in verse 2, the guitars mimic Rivers' vocals. I think that's very fun. And I also really like his vocal performance overall. It's very vulnerable, which I appreciate.
It's awesome.
Why Bother is just a straight ahead banger. I love this one a lot. It's very fun. It's a defeatist kind of mindset. Like you said, kind of misogynistic, but like in a fucked up way, kind of relatable, where you're like so beaten down, you're like, fuck it, like why should I even like bother like trying to date?
Maybe you could break my heart next summer.
Yeah. Exactly. I also really love how like the verses are like super legato smooth, but the choruses are so like staccato, like punk. It's a really cool like blend. Across the Sea, I love this song. I think it's fantastic. The lyrics are questionable at points, but I think they kind of adds to the appeal where you just see literally just laid out bare, just like Rivers Cuomo, like as a person.
I think also the juvenile nature of the lyrics, as problematic as they definitely could be seen as, it kind of adds to the fact that this is also supposed to be like a college student's album.
Exactly. A very flawed individual who is still growing and developing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like it adds on to the whole like just theme of this album where it's just like this immature dude doing immature things.
Sorry, I had to take a hit of my inhaler.
Oh shit.
I also got anxious and tapped on my phone, which made sounds. I don't know if it was picked up, so I apologize.
It's okay. Dude, pop pass, man.
Yeah.
Share with the rest of us.
Yeah, you're not gonna let us take a hit?
Dude, dream blunt rotation right
Dude.
here.
Inhaler?
Yeah.
I hardly know her.
Dude, the plug, my hospital, I can't be giving around this shit, you know?
Rivers Cuomo is trying to inhale her. He's the way he's saying he's smelling shit. And how he can still smell her hand. I believe he sniffed and licked the letter as well
He
in
did.
that song.
He did.
What a beautiful
Beautiful
sentiment.
soul. I love the clean section, how like it goes into the slowdown where you have again like I think the Glockenspiel comes back on this one.
Yeah.
And like at 10 I shaved my head and tried to be a monk. Like that's just like goofy. It shows off his personality before it builds back up again.
Me when I started playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly.
Am I right?
It's true.
I also like love how before it goes back into the last chorus, like the words and dreams and a million screams. Oh, how I need a hand in mine to feel. That's just such a raw lyric.
Yeah.
But I fucking love it.
For the monk thing, wasn't he also like, I did it because I thought the older women would
he
like
did.
me? I did,
Yeah.
he was MILF hunting. Is what
He was
happening
milf
there.
hunting.
MILF hunt. Yeah.
I don't think it worked. I hate to say it.
No, because
But I do respect the attempt.
yeah,
And also he was 10.
he
Anyway.
he didn't know no better. The Good Life, yeah, this has always been a favorite since first listen. It just fucking bangs. Definitely the most accessible and palatable on this whole album. It screams single, which is why it was the second one released after El Scorcho to kind of recover. And it basically just describes like Rivers' like frustrations he felt like on hiatus as a performer, and after his really painful leg surgery that he had to like correct his height.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was also a reason why he was really upset.
I feel like this whole album kind of screams single.
In a different way.
Boy howdy.
But this one bangs. I love just how cheesy the chorus is. It's very silly, but it's super catchy, almost kind of like an anthem. I love Matt Sharp's little "I've had it" after Rivers
no
says it on the
Mr. Cool.
verses. Honestly, and I will say Rivers deserves like more credit as a vocalist. He does exactly what he needs for like such a stripped back raw album like this, and his emotions are just like very palpable while also being pretty pleasant to listen to, at least in my opinion. And I also really dig the slowdown as well. It's super nice, switching to the Rise single with the Glockenspiel. And then the drums go fucking crazy on this track as well. It's dope. I love El Scorcho. I always have. I know like why people wouldn't really like it, but I think it's just super interesting and different.
Yeah.
Which is like why it's appealing to some people. Also, fun fact, this song and Falling For You about the same girl, which is pretty interesting.
That makes
Wow.
sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
And neither worked?
Actually, they did.
Oh, shit.
He
got on
actually
the
hooked
girl?
up with a girl
Hell
after
yeah.
these songs.
Good
yeah.
for him.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe it.
I'll have proof in the description.
It's the one time, and then he became tired of sex.
I really like the lyrics on this one a lot. Bar the intro because it's weird, but like they're just like super clumsy and stream of consciousness. They almost sound like diary entries, which is like just like super charming. The lyric that I like a lot: "How stupid is it? I can't talk about it. I got to sing about it and make a record of my heart." Where the only like outlet he has to express these emotions is making an actual album. That's just really fascinating to me, and I also love how it goes into double time too.
It's cool.
Pink Triangle, if I had to pick one, is probably my least favorite track on the album, but it is still really good. It's very relatable, especially to like younger kids in like high school or college, just like having a crush on a girl, but you find out she's gay.
Is the term pink triangle in reference to a vagina?
No, it's
No?
in reference
That's all I could think of whenever I heard it.
to a symbol that was put on like, it might have been in like concentration camps to like
Yeah.
signify
Oh,
that people were
well,
gay. Yeah.
Now,
But
I feel a little bad.
in the 90s, people like began wearing it as
Like,
like a
taking
sign
it
of
back?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Like reclaiming it.
in college, he saw this girl who he had a crush on, saw the pink triangle that she was wearing, was like, oh, she's gay. Turns out she wasn't gay. It was actually, she was just wearing it in support of her friend who was gay.
Damn. And
Yeah.
she just wasn't into him.
No,
that what it was?
he just never like told her.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
She
why.
probably
Because he
wasn't.
assumed.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's why. Like
That's
in the chorus,
probably correct.
That's why in the chorus he keeps saying like, "Let me know the truth. Let me know the truth," because he's just that down bad.
Yes.
Hey, we're all a little queer. Maybe you could be a little straight. Was that the lyric? It's something like that.
Are you telling that to Matt?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, Matt. Hey,
No.
hey, have you thought about
I
trying to be
refuse.
fucking...
Musically, this track's really good though. It has a really
yeah.
great hook. I love the guitar work on this one. Also love the dueling solos in the left and right channels. I think that's very fun, and I like how they like slowly fall apart before the slowdown. Falling For You, if I had to pick one, is probably my favorite track on the album. I love this track so much. I think it's perfect, and I love the segue from Pink Triangle into it with just like the little strummed guitar before everything heavy comes in. Just like about like the fears and insecurities of like being in a relationship. The chorus is such a good line of "shaking out your touch, I love you way too much." The guitars are also just really fucking good on this song. I love like the little accented breaks on the verses as well as just like the trills up the neck on the left channel.
Yeah.
And I think verse 3 is like one of my favorite just Weezer like moments vocally of all time. Just like the what could she possibly see in little old 3-chord me? It's just like such like a vulnerable thing of just Rivers just spouting all of his insecurities.
I would also justify this is one of the like I'd say most like reasonable key changes of all
Oh
time.
yeah, it's
Like-
very earned. It's like it goes in like in this like kind of like softer section, like River's like vocal pitch changes because he's just like so nervous about this. But then like you hear him like at the end like getting like the nerve to talk about like I'm ready, let's do it, baby, before like the last chorus. This song's just fantastic, and it leads into Butterfly, which for me is an album only listening, but it is like a beautiful closer. The cleanest sounding on the album, just Rivers and acoustic guitar with like very little like percussive elements. And this also is the most Pinkerton referenced of the Madame Butterfly kind of concept that's all over here. And these lyrics are very gutting, where you just feel the regret that like Rivers is talking about, and they just like it makes you feel bad, but how like like these two people like hurt each other, and like how they're just like reflecting on that, and just how they should just part ways to just be better people. But that's my thoughts on Pinkerton. So Tom, did you hate this album?
Yeah,
I
pretty
figured.
much. That being said, one of you was exactly correct in your prediction of the
Oh
score.
shit.
My final thoughts, I'll be honest, I was worn down and a little mean in these.
Go ahead. We might as well. It's the end of the season.
Yeah.
The lyrics are so fucking weird, and the person singing them sounds like dog shit to me. This is definitely
Jesus
worse
Christ.
than the Blue album. Definitely worse than the Blue album. Genuinely, seriously regret listening with good headphones. Should have listened out of my phone speaker, preferably while my phone was in a different room. 2 out of 10.
Wow.
Oh,
Look at that.
so I won?
Yeah,
out
you
of
got
10.
it, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I was-
Well, I
I
didn't
got-
win. You
damn.
technically had way more.
Well,
but,
yeah.
like,
Damn, I got 2 in the moment. I was going to do 2.0 out of 10. It's like really let you sit in it. But I forgot.
it's
I got
okay.
too excited about saying
Congratulations,
that
dude.
I wanted my
It's
phone
okay.
in the other room.
we shouldn't leave too many people in suspense this episode.
yeah.
So
I'm losing in a lot more ways than just predictions, Matt. Oh, I tell you.
God, I feel like the best way to reveal is by going through the album ranking and making him wait and see where it falls.
I agree.
Hey, it could be really quick.
Matt, what did you think of Pinkerton?
The
So-
first negative album to ever be reviewed.
I mean, I definitely have gushed enough about this album, both on this episode and off of this episode. It's my favorite Weezer album of all time. AJ is staring daggers at me right now, and I am loving it. Yeah, no, this album is fucking awesome. I love so many of the songs on here. If I had to name like top 3, I don't even fucking know, man. I would probably say I might go as far to say that No Other One might be my favorite track on here.
Mm-hmm.
Then right under that, I gotta say The Good Life, because that song goes so fucking hard. Then I'd probably say Fallen For You right under that. Why Bother? And then maybe Get You.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like was that 5? I
Yeah.
lost count. Okay,
That was
good.
5. Uh-huh.
Those are probably like my
God,
I'm not doing shit, dude. I didn't do fucking shit.
the rage is real. I can see it.
could feel it.
And he's doing extra bits to try to compensate for the genuine rage
Just like
in his
emanating.
heart.
It's so funny.
Uh-huh.
So gosh, just everything from like his vocal delivery to like the crunchiness kind of being purposeful and like giving it his all in spite of like the lack of production in comparison to the previous album. It's really no wonder that this album was like a slow burn. I have to highlight some tracks that were not like included due to the fact they abandoned the rock opera idea. I just threw out The Love of My Dreams. Honestly, like I would argue top 15 Weezer song for me. It features a female vocalist that takes the lead, and she's really good.
I imagine that would be better.
I'm kind of glad they didn't include it on the album because I think having a woman on here after he just like
It would ruin the concept.
I feel like
Honestly, it would have made me be like, at least maybe she signed off on some of this.
like there I
She's culpable.
God, that's not what I meant. I meant like she was like, "Hey, I get where you're coming from, and I get like I know you're."
I wish she was straight too.
I think like the fact I think
She's a lesbian.
I think
on
the
this
fact
album.
that
Yeah.
it's just mostly him just like whining about how horny he is. Like it works for the concept.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is, and that's the point. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but
Exactly.
like not in a way that was enjoyable to listen to.
It's okay. Some people agree with you. What was I
More
gonna
people
say?
should.
Another one I had to call out. This one is not off of the deluxe version. It's off of the Rivers Cuomo, like one of his solo albums. It's called Blast Off. It's very good. I fucking love that song. It's very upbeat. I almost kind of wish it was on this album, but unfortunately, like there aren't a lot of references to like space on this album like he wanted there to be. So I think it was good that he excluded it. Last one I'll say is one that I personally really love. Both iterations. It's called Long Time Sunshine. I heard about that song from the Tiny Desk concert they did a couple years ago, and it is on the deluxe version, and it's fucking awesome because they incorporate the melodies of Why Bother, Blast Off, and Long Time Sunshine. Actually, they include 2 different moments of Blast Off on in it, but they do it in a way where they sing the melodies on top of one another of 3 different songs. And it's kind of a cool effect. So check those 3 out if you're interested at all. And just more overall content that kind of fits with the album. In terms of my ranking, I mean, A tier, A plus tier, like 9.8. I would almost put this in S tier, but like, I don't know. Like, I want to save my S tier for something like fucking amazing. And this is fucking amazing, but I feel like I'm just too much of a nitpick to want to put in S tier.
I see.
But I
just put
fucking
Meatloaf up
love
there.
this album.
You can just throw Meatloaf into S tier. It's okay.
I mean, Meatloaf
Let's
is
call him Smeatloaf because he's in the S tier.
Because they're so sweet on it, dude. Sweet loaf.
Sweet loaf. That's
I'd
better
listen,
than
though.
Smeat loaf. That's way better than what I said.
That sounds like a fucking grocery item. Yeah, making sweet loaf all the night. Exactly.
God, every
Shaking booty.
every time I eat Taco Bell, I think of sweet loaf.
Oh. Oh, why is it sweet?
How do you know it's sweet?
Hey,
I think he meant it feels sweet, not like
Okay.
it tastes sweet.
yeah,
He's not eating his own shit. You know what I mean?
That's what I meant.
Get your mind out of
Yeah,
the gutter,
yeah, it
dude.
feels sweet.
Ew.
God, who would taste it?
That's crazy.
I know you're supposed to record, but I do gotta go. Actually,
I gotta take a sweet loaf.
I think I've said all the stuff. You guys could just finish without me, right? I'll just leave my list of rankings, and you guys can read it.
Oh, that sounds even more terrifying. Just me, like, down here.
You hear the fucking door
Yeah.
lock.
Oh, man.
I don't want to deal with angry AJ, depending on where I put anything.
Yeah, we cut back. Matt's dead.
Hey, it's welcome back. It's the family album, Age Nari. And I'm Mac Lars.
You're doing like a voice.
It's just AJ. It's like, I'm AJ Nari, and I'm Evan Vanderpool, and I'm Ben Holy.
We switched to a video format and someone's like puppeteering me.
Exactly.
We both have sunglasses on, and there's clear wiring that AJ is controlling.
Yeah, like
It's-
I'm not even hiding it.
It's like in Midsummer where they fucking put like plants in our eyes or like
Yeah.
have us sat up in the corner.
Hung on the ceiling. It's
Oh my
beautiful.
god, like the Blood Eagle. Anyway, I love this album. Borderline S tier. It could honestly become S tier later on. Love it. AJ, what do you think of it?
I love it. S tier.
Incredible.
Is there anything else, sir?
I think he wants to move on.
I mean, I could like go through a whole spiel if we'd like, but I kind of feel like I said my piece. It's I kind of hand out my S tiers like candy because I like a lot of good music. So I
respect
think
that.
Pinkerton deserves it.
Awesome.
Speaking of albums, AJ would probably give an S tier to.
Yes.
Before we get to that,
Yeah.
I need to at least explain
Yeah,
to the
I was gonna do
audience-
that as well.
Okay, well, if you want to.
I mean, we both can if you'd like.
So I gave Tom a little bit of extra homework for this recording
And he listened to
session.
Homework by Daft Punk. Oh, that's what it
God,
was.
I would have killed myself. I can't say that. I don't know. Maybe they have better songs than that one.
Anyway,
Okay, I never mind. I might have then.
Question answered.
I was thinking of like ones that maybe you would like off of that. You would hate every single one.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, well, that's Daft Punk.
so I gave Tom, given the fact that we've had such a Pink Floyd season, I thought Tom should join in on the fun and listen.
Despite
Go on.
despite outside of the podcast, AJ telling me to my face specifically, he will never give me a Pink Floyd album.
I never said that.
Or he never
Specifically
wanted
Dark
to.
Side of the Moon.
Specifically Dark Side of the Moon, which is not
yes.
what I listened to.
But
Okay.
I figured,
Cool.
I figured it would be
'Cause there
great
was
to
a
give
theme.
him another Pink Floyd album that is pretty good,
and ties into the season.
and that is The Wall.
Pink Floyd's The Wall.
I
Yes.
wanted to give
Okay.
him. I wanted to kind of let him in on the fun. You know
I will
what I mean?
also say I attempted to listen to the Nostalgia Critic one and decided I didn't want to after hearing a little bit of it.
I wouldn't wish
Okay.
it on my worst enemy.
I see.
So I just want everyone at home to know that it's in this list somewhere, and we will find it as we go. I'm going to go through my official ranking of every album I've listened to for the podcast, or just like I also included any of like the extra ones, like the Chapel Roan album that I mentioned at the end of an episode. Melanie Martinez is still a 0 out of 10.
Thankfully.
Still the bottom. I'll
Yeah.
give you that much.
I'll take it.
Oh, wait, no, I forgot. The Wall, -1. At number 1, where he remains, Schmeatloaf, Bat Out of Hell with a 9.5 out of 10 at an A+. At number 2, replacing Purple Rain. Purple Rain got bumped down.
Pinkerton.
Pinkerton by Weezer.
No way.
I put Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess by Chapel Roan. I really, really like that album. A lot of the songs on it are like still just in my rotation.
That's my favorite album of 2024.
Yeah, same. It's my favorite album of 2025. Number 3, Purple Rain by Prince. 9 out of 10. Oh, Chapel Roan was 9.3 out of 10, just to get it above.
Prince,
I kind of, they're all kind of relative numbers.
Yeah.
A+. In the episode, I said I gave it a 9 out of 8 out of 7 out of 5 out of 4 out of 10. And then I said if anyone did the math, they could pick an album. It's 0.0000804. That's what 9 divided
Out
by
of
8
10?
divided by 7 divided by 5 divided by 4 divided by 10 is.
Wow, that sucks.
At number 4, a new album from this season at an 8.8 out of 10, A+, The Wall by Pink Floyd.
Really?
Yeah, it was
That's
actually
what we're
really
fucking
good.
talking
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I listened to it in the car, not in my headphones. I hope
Gotcha.
that's okay.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I think so.
Yeah.
I figured it was not as like I need to like study the and like know the lyrics. I could just kind of listen to it, get a vibe, and rank it. I liked it a lot. They're
Really?
good. Yeah.
Interesting. We'll have to
Um,
talk more about that after the show.
I don't remember. I was gonna do like a quick little what I remember. About
See,
it.
AJ, it wasn't that bad. It
God,
wasn't.
and
I'll be honest. I was gonna be legitimately angry if you gave him Dark Side. So
I thought about
Season
it.
4.
Yeah.
Hey, next season. Here's the thing, though. Now that I feel like now that you've heard that,
I mean, maybe.
it's probably going to be around the same for me.
Let's
if I had
hope.
to
Maybe.
guess,
Let's hope.
I mean, does their like sound like drastically change?
No.
Across, yeah, then it'll probably
Yeah,
fall
not
into the
quite.
same.
It's pretty similar. in
It
parts.
sounded a lot like, at least to me, a lot like a lot of the like action, like the songs that I do like the rock songs that my
Yeah.
dad listens. Like it's different, but it's similar enough of a vein that like I did enjoy it clearly. That being said, fuck the Nostalgia Critic version.
Oh yes.
I played the first song and literally like I didn't even listen to it, like just listen. I would like skip 30 seconds ahead and just like see what it sounded like there and skip a little bit. Just be like, I don't care. I don't have another hour and a half in me for this.
No.
Well, now I'm curious how you enjoy the movie. Not Nostalgia Critic, the Pink Floyd. The
Oh,
Wall
I
movie.
forgot it was a movie. I
Yeah.
thought I was trying to watch the movie too,
Yeah.
but I just did not have time.
I think it actually really like. If you like the album, you'd probably really love the movie.
It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Another Brick in
I
the
watched
Wall
it.
is a
Really?
song I already knew also and
Yeah.
liked. I kind of like that it appears 3 times. I
Yep.
thought that was kind of cool.
I like to take this moment to apologize.
That's
No,
okay.
for my anger.
we tortured you.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
No. I was thrilled that I liked it. If I didn't like it, I might have not brought it up.
I see.
I might have been like, "Hey, Matt, we probably
No.
shouldn't." But then I knew it was like number 4,
Okay,
so that I
cool.
could set you up for the like. I'm gonna go
The
in
fake
order, and he's not gonna know when it's coming.
Well, GB, good bit, guys. You got me. You got me.
Truly, it was only funny because I knew that it was
Yeah.
number 4. Like it made the top 5, and even more upsetting, at an 8.75 out of 10, just below The Wall.
Star Bomb. At least it's over, and I'll take
Just
it.
Fucking
Yeah.
At one point, I genuinely was like, dude, I was like, I know I liked it more than Led Zeppelin. I hate that I had to be like, does it go above Star Bomb? It does. At least for now. Who knows? Things change.
Season 4.
Season 4. I guess I spoiled it. Number 6, 7.9 Leds out of 10 Zeppelins.
That's right.
Led Zeppelin 4. Number 7, Master of Puppets by Metallica, 7.5. You notice not very many albums from this season have appeared yet.
I see.
This is a very low...
Dude, where's Phil Spector, dude?
Yeah, oh, he's coming. At number 8, to be fair, we had a lot of pretty good albums, actually. Like, I feel like up until this point, there's still all albums that I think are, like, genuinely good.
Mhm.
At 8, 7 out of 10 with a B, Nevermind by Nirvana.
Nice.
Number 9, 6.75 out of 10, C+, Flood by They Might Be Giants.
Very cool.
Number 10, for those who remember, this is a special one that I did. This one was actually bumped down. It was originally a 6.75, but I thought Flood, I liked Flood more, so I just kind of like bumped it a little bit and replaced it.
That makes sense.
Is In the Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson.
Gotcha.
Still in the top 10.
We'll take it.
Your two favorite albums of the list that we
Yeah.
have here are in my top 10.
I'll gladly take
So-
that. Thank you.
And of course, they're always preceded by bullshit because number 11 is Turtleneck and Chain by The Lonely Island. Fucking season 1 guest episode Tom is haunting this list.
It's only fitting.
Hey, at least it's not some nights.
Yeah.
I-
Is that on there?
yeah, we'll get there. Number 12. I actually forgot I listened to it, but it happened to come up in one of my like quick re-listens where my friend from work had me listen to Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone Age, which I give a 6 out of 10. I don't know if I said 6.5 out of 10 for Turtleneck and Chain. 13, 5.5 out of 10, Some Nights by Fun.
I would have put it lower, honestly.
Yeah.
It has some songs that I genuinely, like if they come on, I think are pretty good. Like Weezer, sometimes you gotta ignore some of the lyrics to enjoy them.
I would agree.
Yeah.
But I think there are songs that I enjoy more than a lot of the other stuff that's on here. This one I think is kind of at 14. I've kind of come around on a specific song on this album recently, and decided that was enough to bump this up above this next song. So this was originally lower than 15, bumping up "Remain in Light" by Talking Heads to a 5.1. I come around on Once in a Lifetime. I've heard it a
Wow.
lot since.
Because of Kermit.
Honestly, it
Yeah.
helps. The Kermit video doesn't hurt. And that was enough to bump it above number 15, Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, without Stamos specifically.
Of course.
If Stamos was there, S tier.
It's
for
suffering
Stamos.
the non-Stamos penalty, of
Yeah,
course.
of course. So
Yeah.
that's
Definitive
a
drummer,
5
yeah.
out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 15 of the 28 total. So we're hitting 5. So genuinely, majority of albums are above a 5 out of 10, like are leaning
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
That's
and
good.
now we begin to lean,
Lean
ass.
I'm going to include some fart noises.
Actually, no, because this is also a 5. 16 is also a 5 out of a 10, but I lowered it because it's A Christmas Gift for You from Phil Spector.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
valid.
It's just
Yeah.
Christmas songs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to rank it low. Like, obviously, Phil Spector's a piece of shit, but like it is just like
It's
a
just
lot of
Christmas
classical
songs,
versions of
yeah.
Christmas songs. None of which are like the versions of Christmas songs or like any of the Christmas songs that I really listen to. But like
You still like them.
it's still Christmas
Yeah.
songs, so
Yeah.
like it's kind of hard to rate them too aggressively. They also a 5 out of 10, but I felt the need to put them lower than Pet Sounds just because this was seasonal. Like you can't really listen to. I mean, you can. I do listen to some Christmas songs year round because I'm a psycho, as we all know
I
by my
understand,
music.
honestly.
But because of like none of these songs are ones that I'm breaking out in fucking June. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
So because of that, the caveat really only a December album. It's a little lower. Probably could just be eliminated from like just like it's its own thing. Like you just kind of have to separate it. So 5 out of 10, D plus. At number 17, 4.5 out of 10. I did not give it a letter grade. I guess it's also a D plus. Drunk by Thundercat.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Is that low? Is that upsetting?
Tim's
So-
coming.
At number 18, with a 4 out of 10, Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles.
Wow.
Fuck the Beatles.
Okay.
They deserve lower. 19.
I don't think that. I don't think like you ranking Drunk like low is going to be what pisses off Tim. I think it's going to be the fact that you put it right next to Sgt. Pepper
That's probably
because he
probably
hates
it.
the Beatles.
Yeah, I mean, and so do I. I want it to be lower. But I'm an honest reviewer.
Uh-huh.
That's
And you
true.
hate a lot more things.
I do. Like number 19, The Blue Album by Weezer.
There we go.
3.6 out of 10. D. 20, Loveless by My Bloody Valentine. 3.5
Me bloody
out of 10.
Valentine.
Me Bloody Valentine.
Hey, bloody Valentine.
Number 21.
Enough
I don't know
said.
why. I think that was just a breath. That was not
A sigh.
I was a sigh because I'm excited for 2 from now. But 21, Unknown Pleasures by Joy Division, 3.45 out of 10.
Damn.
D. 22, Currents by Tame Impala, 3.4 out of 10. D. 23, I will add a caveat. I love Giorgio. I want to send love out to my man
Yeah.
Giorgio. 3.3 out of
Uh-oh.
10. D minus, Ram by Daft Punk.
Brother.
Nah, that hurts me.
Yeah.
24, 3 out of 10. D minus. Fuck you, Paul Simon. Graceland.
Yeah, that makes sense.
25, 2.75 out of 10. In the episode, I gave it a 2.5, but it got bumped up after this dog shit Weezer album that I had to listen to. 2.75. So, OK Computer by Radiohead.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think you said that initially.
I don't think I did either. I got this wrong. I gave Pinkerton a 2.5 on here, and that's wrong.
Damn, AJ, you won after
I
all.
would have.
No, it's a 2. I'm changing it. Pinkerton by Weezer, 2 out of 10. The first F on the F tier ranking.
Wow.
It's the
Yikes.
first of the Fs. There's
Yeah,
other F
okay.
tier songs.
Oh, I see.
But this OK Computer was a D-. This is an F.
Interesting.
27. Second to last.
Oh, yeah.
American football,
There it
1.5.
is.
I think I might have lowered that. I don't know if I think at one point it
I
might have
think
been a
you
2.
did. Yeah.
I think it was
I think
I
1.5.
remember
Or maybe
the
it's always been a
ones,
1.5.
I think
I don't know.
you definitely lowered it from like a higher one.
Actually,
to a
I
lower
probably
one.
didn't
see.
because I did make sure to like add little comments about like, hey, this was bumped up
I see. Okay.
because
okay.
of this. So I
It remains at a 1.
American football 1.5 out of 10. F. And 28, the album I didn't even finish. So I guess technically I could probably throw
Nostalgia Critic.
Nostalgia Critic
yeah.
in here, just like an honorary also tied
Yeah.
at 28.
An
0 out of
honorary
10.
ass.
Yeah.
Honorary ass. And the Nostalgia Critic does deserve an honorary ass.
Nice.
The Nostalgia Critic and Melanie Martinez sit squarely at
Yep.
0 out of 10
Nice.
in the I didn't even finish this album section.
Is that the Ben out of Ben?
Yeah, the Ben out of Ben. Yeah, Melanie Martinez and Nostalgia Critic get a Ben out of Ben.
Ben, we know this is your favorite episode you've listened to, dude.
He loves it. He loves the attention. I can tell. That's it. That's all the rankings as
Yeah,
far as I know.
It's Tom's ranking.
I'm pretty happy with most of them. I'm sure there's people at home that'll be happy with the top half
Yeah.
and they'll be upset with the bottom half.
But hey, that's the beauty
But-
of the show.
At the end of the day,
Tom hates
some
albums.
things got to get ranked low. Tom hates albums.
Mhm.
That's just how the cookie
C'est la vie.
crumbles. Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy that you like The Wall. That's my favorite
yeah.
Pink Floyd album that I've listened to so far.
That makes me really happy too.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
AJ was ready to end the podcast.
Bro,
No, not
I
the
could-
podcast. He was ready to end
this
the
episode.
His
Yeah.
friendship with me.
A
I'm
lot
pretty
of,
sure.
I don't know exactly who knew already. Megan texted me
course.
about Tom and Tim
Yeah.
because she sat in on the recording. She was like, honestly, she was texting me that she's kind of on my side. She's like, I kind of see where you're coming from. My like how my music taste
Okay,
is
yeah,
like
yeah.
all over the place. And then I let it slip. I was like, hey, I think it'd be funny if you knew this. Me and Matt have a little plan
Oh, boy.
because I mentioned like we have something excited planned for the finale.
Yeah.
So she's known. I don't know if Ben or Evan knew. Did you tell either
No,
of
I
them?
didn't tell anyone.
I don't think I particularly went on it. Really, it was just the
Just-
two
just-
of us
and my girlfriend.
Yeah,
Cool.
and the 3 people you love most, I
Yeah.
assume, right?
Well, that's going to change after today, I think.
Fuck, it's
AJ, I
Megan,
wanna
Ben,
give
and
him
Evan
dark
are back.
side.
Yes, the big 3. We're out, Matt.
Welcome back to the family album.
I want to give him Dark Side. I feel like that'd be too mean.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, the only way I'd ever speak about Dark Side on this podcast is if I listened to it and just liked it. I was like, hey, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't like it, you just wouldn't know.
Oh yeah. Just keep
And
that a
that's
secret
why
from
I've
me.
never mentioned it. Because maybe I have listened to it already.
Completely not
And
prompted
shoot-
by me.
No,
I would like to
I
add.
haven't. I haven't listened to it.
I
I
have.
mean,
did
I-
I?
Well, I know. I mean, I definitely listened to some of the songs on
Yeah.
it just because it's
They're Pink Floyd.
it's
Yeah.
also like one of the most famous
Yes.
albums. Like even me, the person who doesn't like to listen to albums, you can't avoid
Yes.
like at a certain
Time,
point.
money,
Yeah.
greed,
You
ups
can't
and
avoid
downs.
the
It's
Floyd.
kind of like
Amen.
they're like certain movies that like you can try. You're gonna like learn references to
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, whether you've ever seen it or not, just by existing on the planet.
That's true.
So, Pink Floyd. I mean, there's definitely a couple songs off that I know.
The money.
I want to say there might be
Time.
1 or 2 that are saved. Like I haven't listened.
Well, in the meantime, this has been an exciting season finale of Tom Hates
A
Albums.
very titillating episode.
The
I
Yeah.
series finale.
Oh man. I mean,
We laughed. We cried.
We come.
We cummed.
oh man. Well, if you guys like Tom Hates albums and you want to see more Tom Hates albums and have some albums that you want Tom to listen to, honestly, we'll do some polls.
Yeah.
But also
Send them our way.
send them our way.
Comment.
at Family Album Pod.
Yeah. If you don't want to do Instagram, comment on YouTube, Spotify, reach out. We're
Reddit.
available.
Follow me on
Sure.
Letterbox. We had one
That's
person
true.
follow me on Letterbox.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's how I knew he commented, because I remember that episode came
Yep.
out that day, and I got a follow request. I was like, "Who
Wait
the
a minute."
fuck followed me?" And I went, "Oh shit, a fan!" And then I went and checked, and there was comments.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the Flood episode. I'm pretty sure they
I
might be
think so,
giants. Where he was upset that I didn't like it. Like he he was upset that I did like it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I let him down.
You saw the whole chronology of his opinions as you watched the episode.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wheel I Canberry, our frequent commenter and fan who suggested that album.
If you want Tom to disappoint you in many other ways, give us some more albums for him to listen to.
Yes.
I've listened
Please.
to every album that's been commented.
That's true.
Whether it's for an episode, or I listened to. I never added it to my list.
The metal album?
Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
hard
say.
to
Yeah.
fucking like
Yeah.
because it's like a 4-hour long album
ambiance,
of
yeah.
just like ambiance and cave noises. It'd probably be low, but like not because it's bad, just because it's
Specific.
it doesn't feel like it's music, but it feels more like ambiance to me.
And like
than
a similar
an
tier
album.
to
Yeah.
Phil Spector almost.
Yeah,
Better,
it's-
but
I feel like it's on the list of like
Yeah.
I don't think this can be ranked among those other albums.
Yeah.
Imagine if
Because
you
of
imagine if you listened to that
complications.
album and then Phil Spector was like, "Hi, I'm Phil Spector," at like the very end
This
of
is
it
my doom metal
I wouldn't have been
project.
shocked.
with the wall of sound. This is my doom metal.
I made this one in prison after shooting my wife. God, we're really
You did
bringing
do
back
that.
all the hits for this episode.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the
absolutely.
finale time. That's what we do.
special time, please.
It's special time.
We had a
fault.
reference to me being the king of sex, Phil
Spector.
Spector, Giorgio,
All the hits.
They're all
the
here.
50s
And
and
if
the
you
60s.
want more, tune in next season for Tom Hates albums.
Well, we'll listen to albums from the 50s
the
and the 60s
and the 70s.
and the 70s and the future.
But unless we got nothing else to say, I think this has been a successful season finale of Tom Hates albums
It's true. We all made it out alive.
That
I
we
call that
did.
successful
this time.
for now. We don't know what. Maybe he's gonna stop the recording so that there's no evidence. Maybe he's playing it up. We
Well,
don't know.
joke's on him. He has to edit it then.
That's a good point.
That's true.
Small
He's just
price
gonna
to
kill
pay.
me,
Small price to pay.
Well, I'm your host, AJ Tenari,
I'm Matt Glass.
and I'm Tom Murphy.
and we'll see you next season.
Peace.
See you next season.